Let's hit the Lions recap. Unfortunately, it was another sad love song for the Minnesota Vikings. Tony Braxton, it's another sad love song rocking my name. That's how I felt. Boy, I tell you this much, boy, the highs and the lows, boy, the ebbs and flows of football. It's so crazy. Vikings lose 29-27. The Lions, that was their first victory of the season. Actually, that was their first victory of the year and in 365 days.
Ain't a year, damn near.
Yes. Jared Goff won his first game away from Sean McVay. He was 0-16-1 entering Sunday's game. 9 of 12 Viking games have come down to the final play. Vikings are 3-6 in those games. Bright note, Justin Jefferson stepped up big time for the injured Adam Thielen. 11 receptions, a career high, 189 yards receiving, and a touchdown. Pat P, you weren't on the sideline. My bad. You were actually at home.
I was on the couch.
What was it like watching your teammates go to battle and you actually at home the very first time, just kind of like being not with your Viking teammates on the sideline at home?
Oh man, it was weird, but at the same time, I felt like a fan at the same time watching it on the couch, but actually know what's going on, like know the calls that's being called, knowing where certain players supposed to be in a certain predicament. So it was a weird Sunday for me. This past Sunday, watching the guys go out there for battle. I was all over the place. You know what I mean? I told my wife, actually, crazy enough, I said, now I see how you feel. Watching the game, because it was like you said, it was like I was on the edge of the seat, the entire game, especially the fourth quarter. Yeah. And when we went down, early in the game, I knew we would claw back in the game at some point, because that's just how we're built. We're a very resilient team. Now we just have to learn how to finish games. That's what it's coming down to, just finishing games. But the game was a very exciting game for me to be on the couch to watch as a fan / player. But definitely it was a lot of energy in my house for sure, especially when we finally took the lead in that game. But to watch that 2-minute drive that Detroit put together to win the game, it was tough to watch. It was tough to watch because there was some plays out there that could have been made to seal the game. It was a couple scenarios that we could have, kept the clock running, made it a little easier, a little bit harder for them. But all we can do is just coach up those points at this point. And hopefully, if that moment presents itself again, because that's been the story of our year all year. Winning or losing by possession. So we have to find a way to nip this in the bud and moving forward, because like I talked about in week 7, we don't have much time left. If we want to be what we want to be at the end of the year, it's time to, cut out the foolishness. You know what I mean? By, if it's, spending extra time, studying a team's 2-minute, or spending extra time finding out what teams like to do in the red zone, because, those are, the positions of the field and the times of the games that we're losing. We're not, statistically, we're not a very good 2-minute defensive team, in the red zone. We give up too many points in the red zone. Those are things that is not a recipe for winning football. But oddly enough, we are still in the hunt. We are
still in the playoff hunt.
The goal is still right there for us, but we have to buckle down and get these mistakes cleaned up.
No question. Watching from home, what kind of watcher are you? Do you have the volume up? Or are you watching in silence? Or how was that Sunday?
I watch it silent, Matt.
You do?
Yeah. I gotta watch it quiet. I gotta watch it quiet, man.
And why is that?
Because, and there's no offense to the commentators.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like to hear him talk. I just don't like to hear him talk during the game. Especially with me being a player, because sometimes they be saying some outrageous stuff. Man, you know what I'm talking about.
No question. Yeah,
so I'm like, I don't even want to get myself worked up over this right now. So I just always watch it on mute, or I put a little music on in the background or something like that. Yeah, I always watch it on mute.
Yeah. Well, take us through the final play, the game-winning touchdown reception by the Detroit Lions, pass by Jared Goff, easy pitch and catch. What did you see from where you were sitting?
From where I was sitting,
and did you know what the call was based on your?
I knew exactly what the call was.
Yeah, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, like I said, that was the best part about it. You know, watching it from the couch, like I knew pretty much every call that we were in, and in that particular call, I love the call because it puts you in position to protect the goal line and the back of the end zone.
Mm-hmm.
I just felt. And me and Cam, we talked about this. He texted me right after the game. He said, big bro, what I do wrong? I was like, first of all, you was too deep in the end zone. I feel, we talk about this all the time. In the red zone, they cannot beat you deep.
Mm-hmm.
They cannot throw the ball over your head in the red zone. So stand your ground and make him take you in the end zone because you can be over the goal line by this much. Guess what it's going to be? A touchdown. Yep. So you have to defend the goal line. You can't but defend the end zone. You got to defend the goal line. Mm-hmm. Every inch of that goal line. That's what you got to defend. And I just told him, I just thought you were just a little bit too deep in the end zone, stand your ground, forcing to run you through. But that's easy for, me to say or a fan to say, versus when you're out there
in the fight,
in the moment, but that's why I try to tell, not only Cam, but Breland, Chris, Ty Smith. That's why practice matters.
Yeah.
Practice how you want to play in the game. Practice the habits that you want to carry over to Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Practice those habits now because when you get in the game, it's like your body gonna fall into that position. It's not nothing you have to think about. It's just all right, boom, I did this 3 weeks. I did this 3 days in a row in practice. So now that's like muscle memory. Boom.
Repetition.
I'm in position now.
No question.
You know what I mean? That goes back to guys when they ask me all the time, like, bro, how you never take a false step at the line of scrimmage? Because I've done it so much. I don't even think about it. Mm-hmm. I just get in position and now I'm ready to rock because I've done it so much. I practice it so much. And I have a self-conscious over that particular technique to where it's second nature now. Mm-hmm. It's the same thing when you're in practice. You plan a game on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday because you never know what player is going to come up that you practice going to come up in the game. That's why you want to be sharp in practice to where in the game it's going to be second nature.
No question.
And Cam knows this. It's just something we harp about all the time. Know where you are in the red zone. Know what they can and can't do in the red zone. They cannot throw the ball over your head in the red zone. So all you have to do is defend the goal line.
Yeah. Is this season salvageable? You still have a lot of football left to be played. Yeah. You talked about still being in the playoff hunt. What do you guys need to do?
Yeah, first of all we have to win our games, win the game that's on our schedule. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And you look at the teams that's ahead of us. You got Washington, and it was Washington and who was the other team? Maybe Philly, if I'm not mistaken.
Philly is still in the hunt. San Francisco is still in the wild card spot.
Who's in the wild? All right, so it's San
Fran, the Rams, and Washington.
All right, cool. So now you got. All of us now is going to get into the meat of our division games. Most of these games are going to be division games. So we got Chicago twice, and we got Green Bay once. So that's 3 games out of the 5 that we got division games. Every team like that in the NFL remaining schedules 9 times out of 10 is going to be that.
No question. Yep.
So we have to. I won't necessarily say we have an easier way because every game in this league is hard. It's hard to win. Just showed it, Sunday. Lions was 10-1 and came out on top of this game. So, this time of the season, all we have to do and all we have to worry about is winning the games that we have on our schedule. Obviously we need some help, but we can't worry about that. All we have to do is worry about the food that's on our plate.
No question.
And go eat it. You know what I mean?
So I love it. I love that.
Yeah. And so and just hopefully and hope. Everything else just take care of itself. But at the end of the day, we dug ourselves in this hole. If you look at the games that we lost, it's a lot of should've, could've, would've. But, if we were able to do what we were supposed to do execution wise,
Yeah,
we can easily be sitting here saying we could be 9-3,
I agree.
8-4, whatever the case may be. But we're not. But that's why we have to look ourselves, every man that's on this roster, look ourselves in this mirror, ask ourselves, how bad do we want it? Because it's still right there for us.